What's up, y'all? I know I should have done a video, but what I realize is if I'm in the spare of the moment, why not speak the truth? I know last week, I showed y'all my smoothie intake, what I've been doing. Then I've been going on Instagram and doing my workouts. Now, if there is no workout that's posted in the house, trust me, that means I'm actually at the gym. Consistency is key. So I've been doing it on my off days, pushing myself to the extent I fall off a little bit. But remember, y'all, we got to keep going until we get it better. So every time we fall down, just get back up, dust it off, keep moving. Winners win, okay? So let's do this real quick. The power of communication in your relationship is so important. For all my people who are engaged, soon to be engaged, married, you know what, I probably can't even speak on the married tip, but soon to be engaged, promise rings, or whatever the case may be. You know, all of us who are born 1995, 6, 4, we all get into that age now where the shift is happening. For most of us. I've been really driven towards the power of relationships and the intimacy of the one that you have with your partner and the one that you create with people. But in particular, I speak on the one that you have with your partner. And then we'll talk a little bit about, outside people and in that nature. But the particulars, the one that you have with your partner, it's so mysterious. I don't think any of us really know how to be in healthy relation with the people that we love. And meaning that everything has been imperfect. Everything is going to continue to be imperfect because it's all about what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate. And there is no such thing as, I guess, in a sense, compatibility or having the perfect mate because there is no perfect person. Therefore, how dare we contribute to saying there's a perfect mate? We're always going to get some of what we want and some of what we don't want. And it just brings that full circle of what I'm content with. Some people in particular, I used to be in relationships where I would literally settle because that person just wanted to be happy with me. And I wasn't particularly happy to be with them. But if making them happy, was me sticking it out for them to be with me, then I was going to try. But eventually that gets old. And it did get old. And I realized that my happiness weighed more and was more and is more important than this being somewhere with some one person versus the billions of people on this earth. Choosing and articulating the choice that we want in that particular matter and making the correct ones. And every choice is not an easy choice to make, or it's just our perspective on choices. And the exercise and will of always letting go and dropping immediately. That's when I tell y'all, and from the beginning, when you fail, just get back up again. But communication. Talk to your partner the best way you can. Literally. Until you can find tools to help translate your communication to a higher peak. I come from a family where we are very blunt. We do not sugarcoat. And we just say what's the first thing that comes to our mind, and we don't think about how it comes out, right? Yep, that's my family. So when I go and I date, or I'm in a relation with someone who comes from a different tribe, who's come from a different family, who is more, I wouldn't even say discreet. I would say not full on telling the truth right away on the way. Meaning, I'm going to let you do you. I ain't going to say nothing, but I'm going to let you do you. Versus a family that's questioning why the hell you do that. What you got on, that don't look right on, versus, okay, that silence of, I know something wrong, but I ain't going to tell you. So, so when you meet with the confusion happens when it's just like, I ain't had nobody ever talk to me like that. And then I have never had anyone not speak to me in a tone or help in certain way, or, correct in certain ways, or what I consider correction, or nitpick. I've never had anyone not do that. So it comes into the point of, do you appreciate the differences in what you now have access to? Or do you say, you know what, I'd rather just go back towards what's kin, what's home, what's known? But the beauty of decisions that I make for myself is that I choose sometimes to pick what's different. Because growth has always been important to me, but I understand that the proper growth should also be important to me. And then I understand empathy, sympathy, but then I understand that if there's something that I've never done or ever tried, that's a possibility of me closing the door of never receiving something new. And for example, it takes it off a little bit of relationships, but when someone is working in an environment that they know they've toiled and fought in, and in their head, like, this is the only way, the only place I can push. For example, quickly, school and entrepreneurship. There are people who believe college is the source for everything to get to the half-or master's degrees. All of that is for the betterment of you, which in that particular field, if you believe that, then that's for you. And then you have those who believe entrepreneurship is my freedom. It's what I want. Me buying back my time, me being everything, me creating generational wealth, me showing people that they don't have to go. But if they do decide to go into college, or if they do decide to do this, you also have these choices of freedom. And that's true for you. A man's understanding, a man is what he thinks, whatever his heart believes in, so it be. All things are possible to them that believe it. You're a sum total of your thoughts. You are everything that we always talk about on my podcast, right? So in that particular understanding, we always have people who are narrow-minded to the fact that, no, this is the only way, when there are so many ways. I always tell my coworker, friend, supervisor that there's always going to be a problem, but there's going to be multiple solutions for that one problem. And in particular, people love to harness on the problem versus looking at the solutions that present themselves actively and presently, because there's always a solution as soon as a problem arises, because that creates opportunity for a betterment. In so saying, relationships, everyone's way of doing and how they conduct their relationship is going to be different from either whatever generational understandings they have, or whatever generational transitions or traditions that they have decided to cut off, bring in, is going to be a direct underline or direct understanding of how they want to live their lives, which takes me into how you communicate again. All that's going to divvy up into what it is, and learning how to properly communicate to your partner, and learning how to tweak those things, learning how to compromise. As humans, we are told to be selfish, and then we are told to be unselfish. So it's just like with that, always that battle, and it makes me also question the rights of wrongs and the wrongs of rights. So it's just never going of this balance. Where's the balance? We can all have what we want. Or can we? And honestly, we can. The thing is, we just have to be willing to understand that certain sacrifices or certain bridges or certain things will have to be cut off. Or in general, things have to be sacrificed if you want initially everything you want to seek or sorting out for, right? So yeah, man, how long I've been talking to y'all? Let's see here, cause yeah, but that was just my thoughts. Really, when it comes to your relationship, to close it out, know what you really want. So I guess the point of the selfish part now, I'm thinking about it, the selfish part is to get you started. Yeah, the selfish is to get you started. The selfish is to put you in the direction that you ought to go to meet the people that you ought to meet. The selfishness gives you the ability to eventually be unselfish because you fought enough for you enough that now it's time to give what's overflown. Iana's greatest interpretation for me, and I mean, there's many more, but in this particular moment, when they say the cup overflows, you keep everything that's in the cup. What overflows is what you give out to people. So that selfishness enough to conserve your peace, to conserve your understandings, to conserve your life will put you in the direction to be a service for others. Because another saying says, a man that goes after his own intentions has the purest intentions for others. Because we understand that if I take care of thine self, I can take care of thine others. So I think that's how we gonna close that one out. So I'm gonna shoot this one to y'all on a Wednesday. And y'all be like, dang, on Wednesday? Yes, because it gives me time to figure out what the heck is going on with my computer and why I can't edit and send the stuff that I want to send. So I'm going to shoot this out on a Wednesday. I appreciate y'all love, y'all consistency, your awareness, your truth, and everything that you're soon to becoming. Thank you for also allowing me to be myself and to finally learn how to be this 24/24. Because I have assimilation as a Gemini to be very adaptive to situations. And a lot of people take that incorrectly to think that Geminis are like phony or whatever the case may be. No, it's our ability to adapt. And a lot of people don't understand that we can really go into any situation and make it our own and make it seem like we've been and done it forever. And in particular, I do see those traits. And it does interfere sometimes with what I say, or sometimes it can turn into a contradiction. But then I also have to remind myself, A, you are human with tendencies, and B, you have the ability to reset, restart, and redo at any time and in the moment. And then C, anyone that feels the need to judge you is only a fool themselves if they ever felt like they could not be adaptive into a certain situation. So that means we all have the tendency as human beings to do the exact same thing that we blame and judge each other for. So I just want to tell you all again, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Special shout out to all my coworkers, all the black women, all the black queens, all the black kings. Shout out to y'all. Black Lives Matter, all that good stuff. Yeah. I don't know why I felt the need. Oh, because I'm black. Yeah. Always feel the need to represent who I am. Never feel ashamed to represent who you are, whatever culture you are. Represent you in the right way as long as you're making sure you're not trying to tear somebody else down in their culture. But all right, y'all. I love y'all. And thank you for thinking about me so I can think about you. And vice versa. So I'll talk to y'all soon. And we're going to have this one posted up as soon as possible. Like I said, by Wednesday. Love, peace, joy.